Okay, so it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, but I figured it was time to give you a little bit of an update of what's going on. A lot of these projects aren't finished, some are just barely getting started, but I'd at least get you caught up and see what I've been doing. Okay, so here's the overview of the room as you walk in from the main house. Come in here. That leads out to the garage, but as we pivot around here, we're going to take a look at this first. These are two 75-gallon aquariums. I'm going to put tropical fish in the top one, fully planted wood, make it look natural as I can. The bottom tank, I want to split it in half and have two different types of dart frogs down here. And this is a shelf I just built. We've got 220 longs. I don't want to say exactly what I'm going to do with them just yet. And then I have a third shelf up here. I'm still actually wiring up the LED lights that are going to go up here to illuminate these. Up top, I've got my crickets and isopods and just some empty caging. You've seen them before, and the quarantine setups. So they're just setting up there. So when we pan back around the room, over here, so this little black stand did sit right here, and then if you're not new to the channel, you would have seen my corn snake was living in here, sitting on that, but I've since moved him out. We are going to do something different with this, but that'll be a future video. This right here is just kind of my work station area. When you see those videos of the geckos and the snakes and whatnot, usually I'm on this tabletop. I still have plans to do something better with this, but this is just where I'm at right now. And just shelf with extra stuff. And these are some little acrylic tanks that I've picked up, and they are actually what's going to go up here on this smaller shelf, something like that. We'll have a bunch of them going across there, but building those will be a different video. You're going to hear that a lot. Of course, we got the lights, my main camera and whatnot. Over here is my desk. Two different monitors. This one's for my computer, the editing. That's when I'm actually playing games for my PlayStation, because I'm just going to stick with that for now. Swing back around, I've got this cabinet, and this just houses all of my crafting stuff for what I'm going to be building out these enclosures. That's just some of the stuff I have. Over here, of course, we have the green tree python working on shedding. So I bet he'll finish this, or she will finish this tonight. Usually it's what she does. I am working on building her a bigger cage that's going to go on this wall. I'm going to talk about this in a moment, but we're going to have, I'm custom making a cage here, and I'll take you out to the garage in a minute to show you the progress there. Below those two cages, my 3D printer, just some stuff that I've been printing. Pretty cool. I got this Buddha, and then I made some in miniature. And again, same with these, the skull with the spider on top. I can actually make this bigger yet, but that was already 7-hour, 8-hour print. These little ones were like 4-hour prints. This here was another 7-hour print. Some 3 skulls that I've got. Here it's speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. First I printed it in black, which looked pretty cool, and then I hit with the primer, and it created this awesome shadowing. I don't know if it's really picking up on screen. And then I did it in silver, which I also thought looked pretty cool. So, and just a few other things that I've 3D printed. And And then down below there is just the 3D printed supplies, all the different filaments I have. Oh, check this out. Here's a blank. Some of you might be familiar with this. And then I did another one. I don't really like the way the paint turned out on this, but this was the first one I'd done, first one I applied paint to, and yeah, you know, it's a learning thing. So, but let me set this down. So here's the other one, but if you remember from the movie Jurassic Park,
the bottom screws open. It's great. Oh, you God. It's cool to compartmentalize inside.
So I just got the filament today to make these little vials clear, but anyways, that's from the movie Jurassic Park. Remember, if you don't remember, he's stealing those embryos to sell them. So eventually, like I said, I'm working on this. This isn't. It's all right. I do like the blue, but the red and the white, I can figure out something better. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The can was 10-hour print, and then this was multi pieces. I don't remember. This was one piece. This was a piece. These little vials, they took an hour and a half to print them, and I also did one in miniature, a little one. But yeah, see, that was one print, and I did it in black. I haven't done any more with this. This is actually the first one I painted, and I just spray painted this with silver spray paint. But yeah, little itty bitty barbasol can. Over here is the snake rack. Well, I say snake rack, but we've got geckos in here as well. The leopard geckos that you've seen so far, well, you haven't seen them all yet. The pairs are in these larger tubs. And then I do have snakes. The corn snake is in the one, and my two ball pythons are in the other two. I will get this stuff out in a moment. I'm just gonna do an overview of the room, and then I'll show you the animals, because it's actually cleaning day, and so while I'm cleaning, I will show you the animals. Baby African fat tail gecko, and 3 of the corn snakes, 3 baby corn snakes. Up top is my dubia roach colony. We can get this down. Just a simple, I got ventilation holes, and then I also put in larger ones. Simple setup. Bedding, I just used this oatmeal, just cheap, generic, nothing added to it oatmeal. I like to use this as the base, because one, it just helps keep things ideal as far as temperature wise, and they can eat it. And then I cut the tube to make these hides, so you can see. Of course, they're going to hide, and you can see the dubias. Leopard geckos really like to eat these, so just do that. It's a bunch of them. There we go. And I just got, that's what's in this one up there. I just have 2 colonies going because, I don't know. I just like to have 2 going instead of just putting it all into one. So I'll get back to this. Let's take a look at this. I'm not going to, this is another video, and this isn't going to stay here. There's 4 animals in here. This belonged to a friend of mine, and he wanted to rehome his collection, and so I told him I'd help him out with that. So they're here temporarily. Beautiful animals, nothing wrong with them as far as, you know, the animals themselves. I'm just not into these particular animals, but again, I'll get to that on into probably the next video after this. Maybe I'll talk about that. But so what I'm doing here is, okay, so one of the things that I want to do while I'm rebuilding this room is make certain I have good clean spots for storage, so I can keep stuff, and then it keeps it tidy and out of the way. And I don't know if we're going to be able to really do this, but I put a cabinet drawer underneath what will be my cages. So there's going to be five enclosures here, and I've got two of them done. We'll come out here to the garage, and you can see, so I've got the 2 started. We can kind of see. So this enclosure is, it's 36 by 24 by 33 tall. So it's a pretty decent sized enclosure that's going to sit on that stand in there. And then I'm going to build another one that sits on top of here, and it's going to be divided into 3 units. I've started to cut the wood for it. We got it started. However, this wood here that I've got the cinder blocks on, so I didn't pick the wood out. I went to a lumber store that I don't typically use, and you know, they pick the wood and load it up into your vehicle for you. Maybe it's a COVID thing, I'm not for sure. But anyways, the plywood they gave me was quite bowed, and I thought I could just work with it, and well, this has been sitting with, well, these 2 have 3 cinder blocks on them. That one has 2, and even those ones still have an arch. I can't get them to go flat. Some of this wood that was on here had the same issue, but it wasn't near as bad. I took all the better pieces and put them here. So yeah, this is a project in the works, and then we'll go back into the reptile room. So again, that's going to sit right here, and then the other cage will sit on top there. So there'll be 5 cages. Eventually, one of those enclosures will be for my green tree python. And then I'm not going to tell you right now what the others are for, but so that's a project. Building those units is a project. Then we're going to deck them out, make them look cool. Then we got this as a project. This is a project. These 2 is a project. And if we come back over here, I've got several of these. Of course, if you're new to the channel, you haven't seen this before. But if you're an OG, you've already seen this. This is that acrylic cage that was custom made for me. So I've got more, and I've got more. So we're gonna build these things out probably for inverts, is what I'm thinking. So yeah, we got a lot of projects that are going to be coming down the line. I know some of the last few videos haven't been exactly what everybody is interested in, but yeah, I've got some cool stuff in the works, and you know, we'll have some pretty cool content. I'm going to be pretty happy with the content that's going to be coming. But so now that you've got an idea of what's going on in the reptile room, now we'll get you caught up on seeing a lot of the individual reptiles that I have. As I clean their enclosure, I'll come back to the camera and show you guys and give you an update on the animals that I am currently keeping. And yeah, and again, this will be a separate video, what's in here, and I'll talk about all of that in a different video for this. So let's get to showing you some animals. So the first snake I'm going to show you is my ball pythons, and the first will be this girl here, which is a super pastel cinnamon, looking pretty good. So up next is going to be my albino ball python. You're getting some decent size to her. It's kind of washed out with the lighting, but you get the idea. She's been here for quite some time. After that, we have my amelanistic corn snake. This snake here is about ready to go into shed. Next up is one of my leopard geckos. This is a male. I don't remember his genetics right off the top of my head. He's got this little paradox dot on the side of his head right there. That is not a sore, that is just a paradox coloration coming in. He's a pretty big guy. He's one of probably my favorite leopard gecko that I have. So here is one of my corn snakes. This is a strawberry snow corn snake. Nice little yearling corn snake. Another corn snake that I have here, and this one is the blizzard corn snake. Again, this one is also a yearling. Another yearling corn snake is this little coral ghost. Now this guy is the most, or girl, is the most rambunctious one that I have in the group, but I will try to get you a good shot nonetheless. It's a pretty snake. It's hard to capture how pink this one is. The last time you guys seen this, it was going into shed, and now it has shed the skin, but because I can't really get him to sit still well enough, it's hard to capture those tones, but definitely a very nice looking animal. Once it gets larger, I think we'll have better luck at you guys seeing the pinks. This right here is my only fat tail gecko that I have. I really like these guys, and I do hope to get some more. Come on. If you're unfamiliar, these guys are similar to leopard geckos except for they take higher humidity. This is a natural occurring look in the wild, this two-tone browns with the white stripe. So that's pretty cool. But again, this is the only fat tail that I have at this time. I would like to get more of these. I do have a few more leopard geckos, but they're quite squirrely as far as being to hold them. I'll inject some footage of them. Same with the green tree python. I do have one of them, but that's not really a hands-on type animal. Plus it's in the process of shedding, so I really don't want to be messing with it. So I'll just insert some B-roll footage of that animal as well in here for you guys to see. And that's it far as my reptiles at this time. As of April of 2021, this is the reptiles that I have in my collection.
Shut up and sit down.